Hello and welcome to the Smart English Club podcast. I am so happy you are here with us today. My name is Ryan and I am here with my wonderful partner, Sarah.
Hello, everyone. It is so lovely to have you here with us today. I am Sarah.
Today, Sarah and I are going to talk about something very exciting. We are going to buy our very first home together.
Listen carefully and enjoy our conversation in slow and clear English. Let us begin.
Part 1. Ryan and Sarah start discussing buying a home. Sarah, I have been thinking about something very important lately, and I think it is finally time for us to have a serious conversation about it.
Oh, really? What have you been thinking about?
I think it is time for us to stop renting and start thinking about buying our own home. We have been renting this apartment for 3 years now, and every month we pay rent, and at the end of it, we have nothing to show for it. The money just disappears.
Ryan, I have been thinking exactly the same thing. I am so glad you brought it up. I actually started doing some research about the home buying process last week.
You did? I should have known. You are always one step ahead of me. What did you find out?
Well, I found out quite a lot, actually. Buying a home is a big process, and there are many steps involved, but it is absolutely possible for us. I think we are in a much better position than we realize.
That is encouraging to hear. To be honest, the whole idea of buying a home feels a little overwhelming to me. There are so many things to think about. The money, the mortgage, finding the right place. I don't even know where to start.
I completely understand that feeling. It felt overwhelming to me too at first, but once you break it down into steps, it becomes much more manageable. And the most important thing is that we are doing this together. We don't have to figure it out alone.
You are right, and that's what makes me feel better about it. The fact that we are a team. So where do we start? What is the very first step?
The very first step is to have an honest conversation about our finances. We need to know exactly how much money we have saved, how much we can afford to spend, and what kind of mortgage we might be able to get.
Okay, that makes sense. So basically, we need to understand our budget before we do anything else.
Exactly, because there's no point in falling in love with a house that we cannot afford. We need to know our numbers first, and then we can start looking at properties that fit within our budget.
That is very practical thinking. I think that's one of the things I love most about you, Sarah. You always keep us grounded and focused when I get carried away with excitement.
And I love that you get excited about things. That energy is what keeps us moving forward. We balance each other perfectly.
We really do. Okay, so let us talk about our finances. I think this is going to be a very important conversation.
It is, and I want us to be completely honest with each other. No hiding anything, no pretending things are better or worse than they are. Just complete honesty.
Agreed. Complete honesty. Let's do this.
Okay, so let us start with our savings. How much do you think we have saved between the two of us right now?
Well, I've been putting money aside every month for the past 2 years. I think I have about $15,000 saved in my account.
Okay, that is great, Ryan. I have been saving too. I have about $18,000 saved. So together, we have $33,000 in savings.
$33,000. That sounds like a lot when you say it all together like that. But is it enough for a house deposit?
That depends on the price of the house we want to buy. In most cases, you need to have a deposit of at least 10% of the purchase price. So if we want to buy a house that costs $300,000, we would need a deposit of $30,000.
Oh, so we actually have just enough for a deposit on a $300,000 house. That is surprising. I thought we would need much more than that.
Well, the deposit is just the beginning. We also need to think about other costs. There are legal fees, survey costs, moving costs, and various other expenses that come with buying a home. These can add up to another $5,000 to $10,000 on top of the deposit.
I see. So we should not use all of our savings for the deposit. We need to keep some aside for those extra costs.
Exactly. That is very important. Financial advisors usually recommend keeping at least 5 to 10% of your savings as a buffer for unexpected costs. So realistically, we should plan to use about $25,000 for the deposit and keep $8,000 aside for other costs and emergencies.
That sounds very sensible. So if we use $25,000 as our deposit, that means we can afford to buy a house worth around $250,000.
That is correct. With a $25,000 deposit on a $250,000 house, that is a 10% deposit. We would then need a mortgage for the remaining $225,000.
A mortgage of $225,000. That sounds like a very large amount of money to borrow. How does a mortgage actually work? I know the basic concept, but I'm not entirely sure about the details.
A mortgage is essentially a loan from a bank or a building society that helps you buy a property. You borrow a large sum of money to purchase the house, and then you pay it back over a long period of time, usually between 20 and 35 years.
20 to 35 years. That is a very long time. So every month we would make a mortgage payment to the bank until the loan is fully paid off?
Exactly. Your monthly mortgage payment includes two parts. The first part is called the principal. That is the actual amount of money you borrowed. The second part is the interest. That is the extra money the bank charges you for lending you the money.
I understand. So the bank makes money from the interest we pay. That is how they benefit from giving us the loan.
That is correct. The interest rate is one of the most important things to consider when choosing a mortgage. Even a small difference in interest rate can make a very big difference to how much you pay every month and how much you pay in total over the life of the mortgage.
So we need to shop around and find the best interest rate we can get. Is that right?
Yes, and that is where a mortgage advisor comes in. A mortgage advisor is a professional who helps you find the best mortgage deal for your specific situation. They look at your income, your savings, your credit history, and your expenses, and then they recommend the most suitable mortgage products available to you.
That sounds very helpful. I think we should definitely speak to a mortgage advisor before we do anything else. Do you know how to find one?
Yes, I already looked into this. Our bank offers a free mortgage advisor consultation. We can book an appointment online and speak to them either in person or over the phone. I think that should be our very first practical step.
Perfect. Let us book that appointment this week. I'm actually feeling more confident about this whole process already. When you explain it step by step, it makes so much more sense.
That is the key. One step at a time. And the most important thing is that we are doing it together. Now, shall we talk about what kind of home we actually want to buy?
Oh yes, this is the fun part. Tell me what your dream home looks like, Sarah.
I have been thinking about this for a long time, actually. Let me tell you exactly what I want. So after speaking to the mortgage advisor last week, we got some very good news. The bank has agreed in principle to lend us $220,000. That means we are officially ready to start looking at properties.
I still cannot believe how smoothly that appointment went. I was so nervous before we went in. I thought they were going to say no immediately.
I told you there was nothing to worry about. We have a good savings history, we both have stable jobs, and our credit scores are healthy. The mortgage advisor said we are in a very strong position for first-time buyers.
It was such a relief to hear that. Okay, so now we need to find an estate agent. An estate agent is the person who helps us find properties to buy, right?
Yes, exactly. An estate agent works on behalf of the people who are selling their homes. They show the properties to potential buyers like us, they arrange viewings, and they help with the negotiation process when it comes to making an offer.
So the estate agent works for the seller, not for us. That is interesting. Is there anyone who works specifically on our behalf as buyers?
In some countries, there are buyer's agents who work specifically for the buyer. But in most cases, the estate agent works for the seller. However, a good estate agent will still treat buyers fairly and professionally because they want the sale to go through smoothly for everyone.
I see. So we need to find a reputable estate agent in the area where we want to buy. How do we do that?
I have already done some research on this too. I found 3 highly rated estate agents in the neighborhood we like. I looked at their online reviews and they all have very positive feedback from previous buyers and sellers.
Of course you have already researched it. You are incredible. Which one do you think we should go with?
I think we should visit all 3 and see which one we feel most comfortable with. Sometimes it is about the personal connection as much as anything else. You want to work with someone who listens to you and understands what you are looking for.
That is a really good point. Okay, so I called the first estate agent this morning and they have invited us to come in for a consultation this afternoon. Are you free?
Yes, I cleared my afternoon for this. I am so excited. This feels like such a big step.
It really does. Okay, so we are sitting here in the estate agent's office now. The agent's name is Mr. Thompson. He seems very friendly and professional.
Good morning, Mr. Thompson. Thank you so much for seeing us today. We are first-time buyers and we are very excited to start looking for our first home.
Yes, we have recently received a mortgage in principle for $220,000, so we know exactly what our budget is and we are ready to start viewing properties.
We are looking for a 2-bedroom house or apartment in this neighborhood if possible. We would love to have a garden or at least some outdoor space, and good transport links to the city center are very important for us because we both commute to work.
We are also hoping to find somewhere that does not need too much work done to it.
We are not very experienced with home renovation, and we would prefer a property that is in good condition and ready to move into.
And natural light is very important to me personally. I love bright, airy spaces, so south-facing windows or a good amount of natural light would be wonderful.
Mr. Thompson told us he has several properties on his books that match our requirements. He said he will send us details of 5 properties today, and we can choose which ones we would like to view.
That is wonderful. I cannot wait to see what he sends us. Ryan, I have a feeling one of those properties is going to be our future home.
I love your optimism, Sarah. I really do. I'm starting to feel it too. This is actually happening. We are actually buying a house.
We are, and I am so happy we are doing this together.
Sarah, I cannot believe we are standing outside this house right now. Look at it. It is absolutely beautiful.
Oh, Ryan, it is even more beautiful in person than it was in the photos. Look at that front garden and those big windows. I can already imagine us living here.
The street is so quiet and peaceful, too. I love that. I was worried it might be noisy because it is close to the main road, but you can barely hear any traffic from here.
That's because there are so many trees lining the street. They act as a natural sound barrier, and they make the street look so green and lovely.
The estate agent is just parking his car. He's going to take us inside in a moment. Are you nervous?
A little bit nervous and a lot excited. What about you?
Same. My heart is actually beating quite fast right now, which is silly because it's just a house viewing.
It is not silly at all. This could be our home, the place where we build our life together. Of course your heart is beating fast.
When you say it like that, it makes perfect sense. Okay, Mr. Thompson is here. Let us go inside.
Oh, Ryan, look at this hallway. It is so light and spacious, and the floors are beautiful. Are those original wooden floors?
Mr. Thompson says yes, the original wooden floors throughout the ground floor were restored 2 years ago. They look incredible.
I love original features like that. They give a home so much character. Now let's look at the living room.
Oh, wow, Sarah, look at the size of this room and look at those windows. The light is absolutely incredible in here. You said natural light was important to you. Well, I think you have found it.
This is exactly what I imagined. Look how the sunlight fills the whole room. And there is a fireplace. Ryan, there's a real fireplace.
I can see your eyes lighting up. You love fireplaces.
I do. There's something so warm and cozy about a real fireplace. I am already imagining us sitting by the fire on a cold winter evening.
Me too, actually. Okay, let's look at the kitchen.
Oh, okay. The kitchen is smaller than I expected, but it is very well designed. Everything has its place. And look, there's a door here that opens directly onto the garden.
Oh, that is lovely. Easy access to the garden from the kitchen. That is perfect for summer. We could have breakfast outside in the garden.
Exactly what I was thinking. The garden is a really good size too. Big enough for a table and chairs and maybe a small vegetable patch. I've always wanted to grow my own vegetables.
You and your vegetables. Okay, now let's see the bedrooms. That is the most important part for me.
The master bedroom is absolutely stunning, Ryan. Look at the size of it, and look at that view of the garden from the window.
Wow, yes, that is a really beautiful view. And there's plenty of space for all our furniture. The second bedroom is a good size too, big enough for a proper guest room or eventually a nursery.
Ryan, did you just say nursery?
Well, you know, one day, maybe, in the future.
I love you. Okay, I think we need to talk because I have a feeling we are both thinking the same thing right now.
We are we not? I think this is it, Sarah. I think this is our home.
I think so too. I feel it. I don't know how to explain it, but I just feel it. This house feels right.
Shall we ask Mr. Thompson about making an offer?
Yes, let's do it.
Okay, so the asking price for this house is $245,000. That is within our budget of $220,000 from the mortgage plus our deposit, but it is right at the top of what we can afford.
I know, it is a stretch. But Ryan, this house ticks every single box on our list. The location, the light, the garden, the original features, the size. I do not think we are going to find anything better within our budget.
I agree, but I do not think we should offer the full asking price straight away. In most property markets, there is room to negotiate. The seller asks for a certain price, but they often expect buyers to offer a little less.
That is true, and I did some research on this. Properties in this neighborhood have been selling for between 5 and 10% below the asking price on average over the past 6 months.
So if we offer 5% below the asking price, that would be an offer of $232,750. That is well within our mortgage approval and leaves us a little breathing room.
Exactly. And if the seller comes back and asks for more, we have a little room to negotiate upward without going over our maximum budget.
That is very smart thinking. I think we should offer $230,000 as a round number. It's below the asking price, but not so low that it seems disrespectful to the seller.
I agree. $230,000 is a fair and reasonable opening offer. It shows we are serious buyers, but also that we know the market and we are not going to overpay.
Should we mention to Mr. Thompson that we have a mortgage in principle already? I think that might make our offer look stronger.
Absolutely. Having a mortgage in principle means we are not dependent on selling another property first. We are chain-free buyers. That is very attractive to sellers because it means the sale can move quickly and smoothly without complications.
Chain-free. I have heard that term, but I wasn't sure exactly what it meant. So it means we don't own another property that needs to be sold before we can buy this one?
Exactly. Many buyers are in a chain. They need to sell their current home before they can buy a new one. This can cause delays and complications. Sometimes chains collapse and sales fall through. Sellers love chain-free buyers because the process is so much simpler and faster.
That is a real advantage for us then. Being first-time buyers actually works in our favor in this situation.
It really does. Okay, so shall we speak to Mr. Thompson and make our offer?
Let us do it. I have to say, Sarah, even though this is a very big financial decision, I feel completely calm about it. Is that strange?
Not at all. I think it means we have done our homework properly. We know our budget, we know what we want, and we found a property that genuinely fits both. When you make a decision from a place of knowledge and preparation, you feel calm. The anxiety comes from uncertainty, and we have removed a lot of the uncertainty by being so well prepared.
That is such a wise way of looking at it. You always know exactly the right thing to say. Okay, let's go and make this offer.
Let us do it. Ryan, whatever happens, I am so proud of us for getting to this point. A year ago, buying a house felt like an impossible dream. And look at us now.
I know. It's incredible how much can change in a year when you have a clear goal and you work toward it consistently. Okay, deep breath. Let us go.
Sarah, you are not going to believe this. I just got a call from Mr. Thompson.
What did he say? Tell me everything right now.
They accepted our offer. Sarah, they accepted our offer of $230,000. The house is ours.
Oh my goodness, Ryan. Are you serious? They actually accepted it?
I am completely serious. Mr. Thompson just called me 5 minutes ago. The sellers reviewed our offer and they accepted it. They said they were very happy to have chain-free buyers and they want to move as quickly as possible.
Oh, Ryan, I cannot believe it. I am actually shaking right now. Look at my hands.
I can see. Mine were shaking too when I got the call. I actually had to sit down for a moment.
This is real. This is actually real. We are buying a house. We are going to be homeowners.
We are. After all the research and the saving and the planning and the viewings, it is actually happening.
I need a moment. This is such a big moment. I feel like I might cry.
Please do not cry or you are going to make me cry too.
Sorry, I just feel so emotional. This is one of the biggest things we have ever done together. And we did it. We actually did it.
We did. And you know what I keep thinking about? I keep thinking about all the memories we are going to make in that house. Our first morning waking up there, our first Christmas, our first dinner party with our friends and family.
Oh, stop. Now I am definitely going to cry. Ryan, I love you so much, and I am so grateful that I get to do all of these things with you.
I love you too, more than anything. Okay, so what happens next? What are the next steps after an offer is accepted?
Right, okay. Let me pull myself together. So, after an offer is accepted, the next step is to appoint a solicitor. A solicitor is a legal professional who handles all the legal paperwork involved in buying a property. They check that the seller actually owns the property and has the legal right to sell it. They check for any legal issues with the property, and they handle the transfer of ownership from the seller to us.
So the solicitor protects our interests legally throughout the process. That sounds very important.
It is absolutely essential. You should never buy a property without using a solicitor. The legal side of property buying is very complex, and it is not something you want to try to do yourself.
Understood. Do we need to find our own solicitor, or does the estate agent arrange one for us?
We need to find our own solicitor. The estate agent may suggest one, but you are not obligated to use their recommendation. It's always a good idea to get quotes from 2 or 3 solicitors and compare their fees and their reputation before choosing.
Okay,
Another thing to research and organize. I feel like buying a house is basically a second full-time job.
It can feel that way, but it's all worth it in the end. And the good news is that once we appoint a solicitor and the mortgage is formally approved, a lot of the work is handled by the professionals. We just need to stay organized and respond quickly when they need information from us.
How long does the whole process take from offer accepted to actually moving in?
On average, it takes between 8 and 12 weeks from offer accepted to completion. Completion is the day when the money is transferred, the legal documents are signed, and we officially become the owners of the property. That is the day we get the keys.
The day we get the keys. I cannot wait for that day. I'm going to frame the keys and put them on the wall.
Please do not frame the keys. We actually need to use them.
Fine, but I am definitely going to take a photo of us holding them outside the front door on that first day.
That I completely agree with. That photo is going on the wall for certain. Ryan, I just want to say something. Thank you for suggesting this. Thank you for bringing up the conversation about buying a home. I think we were both thinking about it, but you were the one who said it out loud and made it real.
And thank you for being so prepared and so knowledgeable about everything. I honestly could not have done this without you. You have guided us through every single stop with such confidence and clarity.
We did it together. That is the only way it works. We are a team, always.
Always. Okay, so I think we need to celebrate tonight. Dinner at our favorite restaurant?
Absolutely. And I already know what I am going to order. Something delicious to mark this very special occasion.
Same. And maybe a glass of something bubbly to celebrate our new home.
I think that is very well deserved. To our first home.
To our first home. And that brings us to the end of today's episode of the Smart English Club podcast.
I hope you enjoyed listening to Ryan and me as we went through the exciting journey of buying our very first home together.
We really hope this conversation was helpful for your English learning. Buying a home is one of the most important conversations you can have in English, and now you have heard exactly how it sounds from beginning to end.
If you listened all the way to the end of this episode, you just completed a full 25-minute natural English conversation. That is something to be genuinely proud of. Your English is getting stronger every single day.
Now here is your challenge for today. Write one sentence in the comments below about your dream home. For example, I would like a house with a big garden, or I dream of living in a quiet neighborhood. Just one sentence. We read every comment and we will reply to you personally.
If you enjoyed this episode, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the Smart English Club podcast. Turn on the bell notification so you never miss a new episode every single week.
Thank you so much for being here today. Keep going, keep listening, keep learning.
Until next time, take very good care of yourself.
And goodbye from both of us.
Goodbye, everyone.